It's 8:30. I just dropped Nova off. She was being extra hilarious this morning. I should have videotaped it. When I woke up, I rolled out of bed at like 6:03 or something, and I looked on the baby monitor, and she was just laying on her side holding her teddy bear, staring. And I was like, oh no. She's been awake for who knows how long. And then she said she's having a sad morning. And I said, oh, why is that? Because I'm awake. And all I wanted to say is, same, girl, same. She was very grouchy for like the first hour of her life. And we played with her food in her kitchen. And we painted. And I let her, she like ripped up a piece of bread that she was supposed to eat for breakfast. So she's happier now. I am on my way to the dentist. Possibly one of my least favorite places in the planet to go. Oh my Lord. The lighting. My goodness. Wow. But this dentist is really great. They are half an hour, 35 minutes away from me. Not close. And they don't take insurance. And it was like a long drawn out process of how I got to them. It was like somebody that I knew, that I used to work for, and he gives me a little bit of a discount because I am a pastor. And even though they don't take insurance, he bills insurance for me, so we get a little bit of money back that way. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to go. But he is the only dentist ever in my life, and I've been to a lot of dentists because I have teeth problems, who believes me when I say I can feel it. I can feel it. He gives me extra numbing stuff. So, to me, it's worth it to keep going because no one else believes me, which is so sad. I should have enough time, I think, to stop and get something to eat on the way there. I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, I can't possibly eat before the dentist. No, I want to eat before the dentist because afterwards my teeth hurt, even for a cleaning. And I just need to treat myself, I think. So I should have enough time to pick up something, hopefully with a little grease, because I am very queasy this morning. And then that will make me feel better. And then that will probably take the whole time that Nova is at the babysitter. Then I'll come home and get her. I'm very tired, but I feel like a person, so that's helpful. I didn't get to bed till like 11:30 last night, but I did have some fairly solid sleep for about 6 hours. So I'm super tired. I imagine at about 11 to 11:30 is when it really kicks in and I'm just like wiped. Exactly when Nova doesn't sleep. So that's delightful. But maybe at least if she doesn't nap, I can lay in bed for an hour like I did yesterday. So yeah, that's the plan of the morning. Go to the dentist, get my teeth scrubbed before the new baby comes. Couple of minutes before I have to pick up Nova, and I was just trying to think about the V-neck boxy that I want to make, patterned by Hohi Locatelli. So my gauge, I'm getting 25 stitches per 4 inches. The pattern gauge calls for 23 stitches per 4 inches. My gauge would result in a sweater that's like 5 to 6 inches smaller circumference than what is called for my size. I could potentially make the larger size up, but it's not exactly right on the stitch count. It's still gonna, then it would be an inch, even maybe an inch and a half bigger than the size for me calls for, which already has a lot of positive ease. So I think what I'm gonna do is a swatch, when I don't know, but a swatch with size 4mm needles and see what that fabric looks like, if it's significantly different than this, because I really like this fabric. Like this is, it's perfect. It's delightful, it's drapey, it's a little bit loose, but it's not too see-through. But I don't think it'll hurt to do another swatch in 4mm, because if it's not that far off and I can get closer to gauge, then that would make my life easier for sure. But if I don't like it in 4mm needles, then I will stick with this and probably just make the larger size. I think that's my plan. Actually, I'm gonna swatch on 3.75mm needles because I forgot that I had those. I was just assuming that I was jumping from 3.5 to 4, but I have 3.75, so here's 30 stitches cast on. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to add a few rows on that today, and then I can toe. Because I'm only 2 stitches off over 4 inches, which really would not be a big deal if it wasn't 66 inches around. So, yeah, the plan is to swatch with that and then see what happens. Don't leave your knitting out, friends. Not even for 30 seconds, or somebody will unravel it. Hi there. It's 2:38. Nova is asleep. You may be clapping your hands, but wait. Story time. I picked her up. So this morning she was having a sad day because she was awake. So I don't think she slept well last night, and she hasn't taken a nap in 3 days. 4 days? Several days. She's had her quiet time in her bed, but no nap. When I picked her up from the babysitter, she made this face. And I was like, we still grumpy. And she was getting in the car and she said, I just want to cry. And I said, okay, cry. You can cry. And then she goes, it's not ready yet. Maybe in 5 minutes. And she has these huge bags under her eyes and her purple under there. So we get back, I give her a snack, put her to bed a little early because I'm like, she's exhausted. I can see it. Like anyone can see it. So I put her to bed at noon instead of 12:30, and she promptly did not go to sleep. Was in there singing, yelling at her stuffed animals, arranging them, flopping around like a whale. And I just kind of laid in my bed for half an hour while she was howling, doing all kinds of stuff. And about 12:35, she made a sound like she was crying, and I was like, okay. So I went in there, and she was hyped up. Like her movements were all jerky. She didn't want to calm down. She said she hit her face on part of the bed, which I'm sure she did. But it did not warrant the level of reaction. So she started crying, and she cried for a minute or two, and then she stopped. And she said, I just want to cry. And I said, okay, baby, cry. I'm right here. So then she really cried for like on and off, maybe 5 or 6 minutes. It felt like a long time, but I don't really think it was that long. And finally, she calmed down. But her whole body movements were like really jerky and like erratic, and like, I just knew she was like, so she cried, and then she finally let me hold her for a little bit, and then I put her in bed and I like rubbed her tummy for a little bit, and then I sang her a couple songs, and then I asked if she wanted me to pray for her, and she said yes, so I did. And she finally calmed down. Like, it's like finally all of that anxious energy just drained out of her body. And I told her it was still night time. She's like, I want to get up. And I was like, no, because it was 1:15 at this point. It took us like a half an hour to get her calm. And at 1:15, I was like, listen, you have to lay down. It's still night time. If you're not asleep in 10 minutes, I will come back and check you, okay? She's, okay, let's set a timer. And I was like, no timer. You just have to trust me. And then, I don't know, 4 minutes later, she was completely passed out on top of her teddy bear, face down. She just needed to get it out. And what a life lesson that is, isn't it? So then I went and laid down because she went to sleep. And I probably got 40 minutes of sleep before this kid in my belly kicked me so hard in the ribs that I literally woke up like, ah, like made a sound. And there was no going back to sleep after that because he's still stuck up in my ribs and it's painful. But, so I'm still exhausted, but I got a little bit of sleep. She got some sleep. And she just needed to cry. This is like a life lesson. I don't know, this may be too woo-woo for y'all. So if it is, just skip this part, okay? You don't have to believe the same things I do. But I had one part of the meeting that I went to last night, we were praying. And I got an image while I was praying, and it was just of like me holding Nova, and she was like dead weight. You know, like when a baby or a toddler finally just relaxes, or like finally goes to sleep, or they're almost asleep, they're just like literally dead weight. And I was holding her. I just got that image of that. And last night while I was praying, it kind of changed to like God holding her like the same way, which makes me emotional. But anyways, I don't know if I would have been as patient today if I hadn't had that image of her last night. But all I could think was, she just needs somebody to hold her. She just needs to be able to let it go and be dead weight. Oh no. Hormones. So anyways, I don't know if I would have been as patient if that had happened yesterday at nap time. But it happened today. So I was super patient, and she got to cry it out. And then she got to go to sleep, which is what she really needed. So I don't know, this is what the point of this story is. But if you feel as though you need to cry, and much like Nova, it's not coming out, maybe in 5 minutes, just know it's okay to let it out. Even if there's no one around you that you feel like is available, or like that you want to see you have that level of emotion, or that you feel safe having that level of emotion around. Go somewhere by yourself and just let it out. Let your body get to that place of like just dead weight. And let someone else, if you have someone else, or God, or the universe, or whatever you think, believe in, or you, just let someone else hold you up. And then maybe take a nap. Life lessons. So anyways, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna give her a little while to sleep because she needs it. I don't really want her to sleep past 3 because that will make bedtime real hard, and I've got a meeting tonight. But I think we're both gonna have a good afternoon because she got some sleep and I got a tiny bit of sleep. My plan tonight for dinner is I found some grilled chicken, like cut up grilled chicken in a bag at the grocery store this weekend, and it was buy one get one free. So my plan is to make a kind of a non-dairy chicken Alfredo. So with like a non-dairy cream sauce, but I'll put some goat cheese in it, so it will still be cheesy but not cow dairy, and put that chicken on. I haven't had anything like that in ages. And maybe some broccoli and some kind of something extra for my husband because he can't just only eat that, but he doesn't really eat carbs. And I have enough energy to do that, I think, because I got 40 minutes of sleep before this tiny baby kicked me hard in the ribs. So yeah, this is gonna be a very chatty vlog, but all that to say, you're not too much. You can let it out, it's fine. So I took Nova for a walk to the park. So I'm in the nursery trying to tackle some stuff. Step 1 is done. Take all of Nova's crap out of this closet and put it in her room, and take all of the baby crap that's been collecting and put it in this room. And now I've just got to organize and somehow fit all of these boxes in that closet. We're getting somewhere. Got the car seat, miscellaneous stuff, all the wipes. Those are size 1s. Those are size 2s. And those are size 3 diapers. And all the baby's extra clothing is way at the top. And then over here, I separated breast pump, nursing supplies, stuff that needs to go to the kitchen because it's bottles, medicine and lotions and potions over there. I finally found my Tula carrier, which I love, and this nursing pillow, which is called my breast friend, which is my favorite. So I can wash those now. So making progress. Hi friends, it's 9:30. I'm on my way home from my meeting tonight. It was really, really good. We had everyone that I was meeting with actually was vegetarian. So we went to a vegan restaurant, and I had the best mango smoothie I think I've ever had in my life. It was delicious, and it had a lot of sugar in it, which is why I'm still so awake. But it was pretty good. Nova did really well this afternoon until about 10 minutes before bedtime, then she cried a lot. But hopefully she went right to sleep because I had to leave right after she went to bed. Hopefully she went to sleep. Hopefully tomorrow's a little better. If she would just get with the nap program, her life would be so much more delightful, truly. This kid. So, yeah, my heart feels full. And I don't want to like share details or whatever because it's like a work meeting, but I feel as though some people have come into my life, and I'm a pastor if you don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't know that because I talk about it all the time, but I have a little church, and some people have come, and they're so wonderful, and it's such a blessing to be with them and to help them, and also to like feel supported by them too. It's great. It's really great. And I'm excited. I'm excited about the future. Even though we've got a baby coming and it's all going to be insane very shortly. I feel like I have a sense at this moment, maybe not tomorrow when Nova doesn't nap, but at this moment I just have a sense that like it's going to be all right. And this is just right where we're supposed to be, and that feels really good. So I'm going to end it here. Tomorrow is a really busy day. I've got an allergist appointment in the morning. I have to drop Nova off early at the babysitter, go home from that, probably watch her not nap. Then I have a baby appointment in the afternoon, and then I've got small group at night. So there's a lot going on tomorrow. Something every day this week. But it's okay. At this moment, I feel positive about it. So I hope you're feeling positive today. And if you're not, I hope you can get a little time to sleep and let it out. And I'll see y'all in the morning.